And welcome back in the fourth lecture of infinite square well potential. In this lecture we are going to talk about expectation values of position and momentum. Okay, so before we start we need to understand why we should use the expectation value of position and momentum. Expectation values, it can be also called as average value of position and momentum. So why we should use the average value of position and momentum? Because as we know that according to Heisenberg uncertainty principle, we cannot determine the position and momentum of the particle simultaneously. That's why we have to use the average value of position and average value of momentum. Okay, and so the average value or expectation value of the position can be denoted by these two brackets here you can see, and between these two brackets we have to put the quantity of which we are going to consider the expectation value. So here we are going to consider the expectation value of x, so we will have into the bracket x. Okay, and now let's talk about the formula of this expectation value. So it will be 0, limit will be 0 to a. Here we have taken the length of the infinite square well potential is a, so we will have the limit 0 to a, and the formula will be sine star into sine dx, and between these two wave function we will put the physical quantity of which we are going to find the expectation value. And we already know the value of sine function and sine star function for the infinite square well potential. Okay, it is for sine, it is root 2 by a sine n pi x upon a. Okay, and we already know the sine star will be also the same, so if we will multiply these two functions, so we will get integral 0 to a 2 upon a x sine square n pi x upon a dx. Okay, now we know that this 2 upon a is constant, so we will put this 2 by a outside of the integral, so we will get 2 by a. Okay, now we know that the formula of sine square theta, the formula of sine square theta is 1 by 2 1 minus cos 2 theta. Okay, so we will put the value of the sine square n pi x upon a in this equation, so we will get 2 by 2 upon a integral 0 to a x by 2 into the bracket 1 minus cos 2 n pi x upon a dx. Okay, now the 1 by 2 will be constant, so let's put this 1 by 2 out of the integral, so we will get 2 by a 1 by 2 into. Now we are going to talk about the integration of this x. Okay, so the integration of this x will be x square by 2 minus, we are going to take here, we will have this two function x and cos 2 and pi x upon a. Okay, so we are going to use the chain rule. First x will remain same, and we will take the integration of this cos 2 and pi x upon a, so we will have x 2 and 2 pi nx upon a, and here it will be the constant, which is the multiplication of x 2 pi n upon a, so we will get into the denominator 2 pi n upon a, minus we will do the differentiation of this x function, so we will get here 1, and the integration of this cos will be cos 2 n pi x upon a. Okay, now we have take the limit 0 to a. Okay, so we will get finally here it will be 1 by a, and into the bracket we will get a square by 2 minus 1 plus 1 is equal to a by 2. So we will get the expectation value of x as a by 2 for infinite square well potential. Now let's talk about the expectation value of momentum. Okay, so here we have taken same formula. Okay, sine star into sine, and between these two function we will take the physical quantity of which we are going to find the expectation value. So as we know that the p is the operator, and the value of that operator is minus ih cross del upon del x, so we will put the value of p in this formula. Okay, so we will Now what we are going to do is we are going to put this minus ih cross outside the integral because it is constant. Okay, so we will get 2 by a, we know that the value of sine and sine star, so the 2 by a and minus ih cross will be constant, so that will be out of the integral. We will get integral 0 to a sine n pi x upon a n pi upon a cos n pi x upon a dx, which will be equal to 0. So the expectation value of the p for the infinite square wave potential will be 0. Okay, now let's talk about the expectation value of x square and p square. Okay, the same formula we are going to use, the expectation value of into the bracket the physical quantity which of the we are going to find the expectation value. So here we will take x square, so we will have the formula 0 to a integral sine star x square sine dx. So we will get 2 by a integral 0 to a x square sine square n pi x upon a dx, and finally we will get if we do integral we will get 1 by a x cube by 3 limit 0 to a minus x square. We are also here going to use the chain rule, so here we will get the x square sine 2n pi x upon a into denominator 2n pi upon a, the limit will be 0 to a. Here the integral will be 0 to a 2x into sine 2n pi x upon a in denominator 2n pi upon a dx. Okay, so if we put the limit we will get 1 by a cube by 3 minus 0 plus 2 into the bracket minus x cos 2n pi x upon a, in denominator we will get 2n pi upon a square plus sine 2n pi x upon a, in denominator we will get 2n pi upon a whole square. Here we have used the chain rule. Okay, so and the limit will be 0 to a, so finally we will get 1 by a into the bracket a cube by 3 minus a cube by 2n pi whole square. So we will finally get the value of expectation of x square. We will get a square by 3 minus a square upon 2n square pi square. This will be the expectation value of x square. Now let's talk about the expectation value of p square. Okay, the same process we are going to do with this p square. Okay, so the formula will be 2 by a integral 0 to a sine n pi x upon a, and we know that the value of momentum ih cross del by del x, here we are going to take the square of the momentum, so we will get minus h cross square del by del x square and sine n pi x upon a dx. Okay, so here if we do the integration of it and multiply these two term, we will get 2 by a minus h cross square n pi by a square minus 1, and integral of 0 to a sine square n pi x upon a dx. Okay, and if we do integral and take the limit, we will get 2 by a minus h cross square n pi upon a whole square minus 1 integral 0 to a sine square n pi x upon a dx. Okay, so finally we will have in constant n square pi square h cross square upon a square integral 0 to a 1 minus cos 2 n pi x upon a dx. Okay, so we will get n square pi square h cross square upon a cube into the bracket x minus sine 2 pi x upon a in denominator 2n pi upon a. So finally we will get the value of expectation value of momentum p square n square pi square h cross square a square. These four values are very important. For expectation value for the position is a by 2, expectation value for the momentum is 0, and expectation value for x square is a square by 3 minus a square upon 2 pi square n square. Okay, here is the length of infinite squarable potential, and the expectation value of p square will be n square pi square h cross square upon a square. Now using this four values, we are going to determine the uncertainty in position and momentum. Okay, so the formula for the uncertainty in position, we can denote the uncertainty in position by del x, and it will be equal to into the bracket x square minus expectation value of x square whole 1 by 2. So we will get a square by 3 minus a square upon 2n square pi square minus a square upon 4 whole 1 by root 1 by 2. So it will be equal to a square minus 12 minus a square upon 2n square pi square whole 1 by 2. Okay, so now let's talk about uncertainty in the momentum of the particle. Okay, so uncertainty in the momentum of the particle will be del p is equal to expectation value of p square minus expectation value of p of square and whole 1 by 2 whole root. So we will get n pi h cross upon a, and if we determine the uncertainty of position and momentum simultaneously, so we will get del x into del p. Okay, that will be equal to n pi h cross 1 upon 12 minus 2 n square pi square upon under root. Okay, so this will be the uncertainty in position and momentum. Okay, so here in this